I was told by a friend of mine that lives in who is a neighbor to Sheila Miller, who introduced me actually to what they do. But when I heard what happened to her husband and the results after I'd been sick for 30 years of continual pain, and I've had 18 surgeries. After I had tumors taken off my liver and the pain went away from the surgery, is when the all over pain started. And that was 1994. So next year would have been 30 years in August. It was sort of an on and off thing. It wasn't real serious to start with. I was in real estate, and come along about 2008, I no longer could depend on how I would feel that day if somebody needed to look at houses or work with someone, and I could no longer go upstairs and downstairs with very good freedom. And I didn't think that was right for the client either, So I gave it up reluctantly because I'm a people person and I loved it. But I have to say in here, though, even with that choice and with whatever the reason it was for pain for 30 days, that God has been in it. And then along comes David Schmidt and is introduced to me. And I know that is why, for whatever the reason. So anyway, the last surgery I had in October of 2022 was I have rod and screws in my neck. And I got COVID in 2019. And then the long haul COVID hit after that. And the weakness from it was much worse than the all over pain that I had with fibro. So I pretty much gave up. I was depressed, very depressed. I had to use a walker at times. And then even to go in the grocery store, I had to drive those carts. And I couldn't even walk all the way back to get a gallon of milk, or let alone carry the gallon of milk. So when my friend Debbie, who has just prayed for me for years for some answer, told me about Sheila and I heard the story, I didn't question it at all. So I called Sheila and she told me that there would be a meeting in a week or so and that I could come to that. And I said, well, I'm not going to wait. So I ordered the patches and they came one afternoon, but I didn't get to open them until about 8:30 at night. I really didn't know anything about the 12 hours on or 12 hours off. And when I got up to get the package and open it up, I was in severe pain through my low back, down into my groin, and couldn't even take what you would consider a normal stride or step. So anyway, I put the two patches on. I don't remember where I put the X39. I put the Eon. I put the X39 in the back of my neck. My husband and I were watching TV and got up to go to bed. And I got up out of the chair and I couldn't believe it. The pain in my low back and into my groin was gone. Wow. And I have a sunken den. I had to go up 2 steps to get in the kitchen, and I did it with great ease. And so the next morning was the meeting by that time. And I had told Sheila, I can't get up in the mornings, but I was at the meeting and I didn't feel real good, but I had a different little bit of energy about me. So I went to the meeting and got to hear more about how they work, why they work, and our light therapy. And one of our upline was a naturopath. And when she shares things, she's got this knowledge background about light therapy that a lot of us didn't have. And it's really good to listen to her. So 9 days in, I got up out of bed and I had no pain at all. And since then, I've been using X39 and Eon. And I use SP6. And I did start a different way of eating before I started these, but total I've lost 33 pounds. And I also started using Alavita. And I wished I could show a picture of my skin and the large pores and the lines that are gone from 1 month of use. And now it's been 2, and those moisturizers are like silk. And you just feel healthy putting them on. And I have 2 favorite patches, the SP6. I do have liver issues and things like that, so that's a good one. And then the Eon, because it's a happy patch and I'm not depressed anymore. So it's just a totally different life for me after all this time. And my husband, very skeptical, as a lot of men are. And when he started seeing coming home and I was cooking dinner and cleaning and ironing, and he thought, oh, well, maybe. So he wears a couple of them and doesn't say much, but that's okay. That's who he is. Mm-hmm. And I'm just grateful.
So 30 years of pain.
Yes, ma'am. And very debilitating the last 5.
X39E on 9 days.
Yes. I didn't use anything else those first 9 days.